Hi everyone, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. Today, of course, is Memorial Day, May 26, 2014. It's getting pretty late tonight and I gotta hit the hay soon. Oh, excuse me, a little bit of heartburn. But today's the day that we all need to honor and thank you for the men and women who do serve in the U.S. military. We do understand that you serve in the U.S. military, having taken your oath to protect and serve the Constitution and to protect the American citizens from foreign invaders and also from internal threats as well. So we want to thank you for serving. And obviously, this being Memorial Day, we can't really just set aside one day just to honor the U.S. Military personnel. We need to set aside the entire year, literally the entire year, or not even just the entire year. Just we need to honor you every single day, every day, from the rest of our lives, the rest of the generations' lives, and generations exceeding this generation, because you are what keeps Americans safe, both externally and internally as well. And we do understand that there have been incidents in the past where the U.S. military has been responsible for stopping the Obama administration from carrying out atrocities throughout different parts of the world. And of course, Obama, and not just Obama, but the liberal left and even the neocon right wing absolutely do not like the veterans as well. And let me go ahead and, just in honor of today, discuss the VA hospital situation. I've had family who've worked in the VA hospital, heard nothing but bad things, and the family members I've had who've worked there would never talk about their experiences working there. They just wouldn't share anything about what it's like to work at the VA hospital. And I remember my mother always saying that the reason why they don't talk about it is just because it's a really depressing place to work at. And really what the VA hospital is it's essentially Auschwitz. It's a Nazi concentration camp. That's what the VA hospital is. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to destroy U.S. military veterans who have taken an oath to protect and serve the Constitution, destroy those individuals so that way there can't be any resistance for when you have the liberalization of America, the communization of America taking place as we speak right now. So it's just another way to destroy U.S. veterans. I mean, why do you think there's so many U.S. veterans that are homeless right now? I mean, it's just something needs to be done about this situation, and somebody needs to be held accountable immediately over this. And of course, no one's going to be held accountable because we're not a nation of just law or justice. I mean, it's just us, as Gerald Celente says. But what this video is really about, and let me go ahead and move on. This is just sort of a general, I'm talking out of my butt type of video, because there's so many things that are going on. I can't really just stick to one topic and talk about it, because there's so much stuff going on. You have the VA hospital, as I mentioned earlier. You have now this new scandal where Obama, and I don't know too much about it. I haven't really read into it as of now, but I've heard about it where Obama had exposed a CIA individual who was working in some part in the world, particularly the Middle East. He's in trouble now because of what Obama had just did. I believe it was today or yesterday or during some type of press conference. That was probably done on purpose because this guy needed to be purged, not agreeing with what the liberal left and the neocons wanted. And that's probably why Obama had mentioned him or exposed him, so that way the bad guys can go get him. What a great president we have, don't you know what I mean? It's just what a wonderful president we have. All right, anyways, that's an important issue, and that's just another scandal the Obama administration is taking a part of right now. We have, what else do we have? We have taxation, taxes going all the way through the roof, with Obamacare and many other taxes taking hold right now. Meanwhile, as taxes are going up, as wages are going down, the more food prices are going up. And let me ask you, why did the Egyptian people threw their government out of office before Morsi took power? Well, we were told it was because they couldn't afford food. What irony, isn't it? Alright, and then obviously they kicked out Morsi a few years later because he was a tyrant, killing Christians and all the rest of it. He was just really horrible. And of course he's a Muslim Brotherhood member. But the main issue, the main political issue in Egypt at that time, before Morsi, was the fact that Egyptians couldn't afford food. At least that's what we were fed by the mainstream media. So what's going to happen here when we're taxed through the roof and we can't afford food? I mean, the wages are down, taxes are up, and food prices are going up. How is Obama going to be able to deal with that? How is the current government administration, and when I say current administration, I'm also talking about the neocons as well. How are they going to spend this? How's the mainstream media going to spend this when food prices are skyrocketing at all-time highs? People can't afford it. How are they going to deal with that? Because I don't see anybody coming out and successfully lying to the American people, who are constantly going to the grocery store and who are constantly seeing meat prices rise and all sorts of stuff rise. So we have a really serious issue here with food, not just with food, but water as well, especially in certain parts of the country where they've struggled with major droughts, particularly California. So how are they going to spend the numbers when there just isn't an illusion left to be confused with? The American people aren't going to see the illusion they're trying to create. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays itself out. Now let's look at some geopolitical stuff. We have violence flaring up in Ukraine right now. Of course, Russia has been very consistent and very staunch on their position in Ukraine. The U.S. government is persistent in trying to reclaim the eastern portion of Ukraine, and of course, there have been recent elections that have taken place, which it's just nothing more than one puppet versus another puppet, and this time it was in Ukraine, and of course, Russia has said in the past this is an illegitimate government. Even with the elections, it's still an illegitimate government. And it's the U.S. government, it's a puppet of the U.S. government. So, alright, what's going on with financial stuff? Well, the U.S. dollar continues to lose steam. More and more countries are bypassing the dollar. And you also notice that they're not tapering so much. They say that they're tapering, but they're really not. All the cash that they're actually tapering is going off to Belgium, and Belgium are the ones buying up the treasuries. That's why we're not seeing inflation go up as they have promised once they began the taper, because now we're dealing with a huge money supply issue where once the countries and the banks and everybody decides to liquidate their dollars, that's tying in what I was talking about earlier with food prices going up. That's what's going to cause the bulk of the inflation, at least I believe, and I could be wrong. I'm not an economist, so just bear with me. But you're going to see, as the world is starting to ignore the dollar, as the world continues to dump the dollar, it's occurring right now, we're going to see inflation because the cash that's offshore right now is heading back here to the United States, and that's why the U.S. Federal Reserve and the U.S. government have Belgium buying up U.S. Treasury bonds, because the Fed themselves cannot be seen buying them up. They're supposed to keep up this illusion that they're tapering or they're cutting back on QE. So instead of actually really cutting back on QE, we're going to have the other countries actually pick up the slack. That way the American people can continue to believe that the economy is doing well. So, of course, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.